So I'm going to get some energy for Aries. See what messages Spirit have for you guys. Spirit answer any questions that Aries may have. Where should Aries put their energy? Give a message for Aries. I don't know what y'all did. Maybe just straight out flat. Usually don't pick flat out with form, but if I have to, I will. Look like, I was about to say, look like Spirit ain't have no answers, no messages for you. Spirit, what messages you have for Aries? Give me some messages for Aries. Where should Aries put their energy? Give me some messages for Aries. What messages you have for Aries? Any guidance that you have? I don't read any cards in reversal, but if I do get a urge to give you the reverse message for that, I do give it, but I really don't. So the first card is the Temperance, which is Father Sims. Basically, Father Sims is dressed in a purple satin robe in which he liked to work. The roosters represent him, and the two streams of water represent his baptism as a two-headed doctor, a hoodoo that does good and bad work. When he comes in your reading, he's basically asking you to review the position regarding your inquiry. If you've taken an extreme or one-sided position, now it's time to consider things from a more balanced perspective. Things don't have to be in black and white, so don't force it to be. If you have been asked to compromise or cooperate, but feel resistant of the ideal to do so, this card is a sign that you haven't considered all the aspects of the situation. If you have been asked to give someone an answer, don't respond until you feel more centered, because sometimes you could give off the wrong energy, or you could give an answer that you really wasn't intending on giving. If just to prevent like any regret or feelings of hurt and that's unnecessary. So try to be fair in your decision. Basically saying sometimes less is more. Focus on healing and recovering. Basically says like, what are you bringing to the table? Basically, it says, what are you bringing to the potluck dinner? Add something else to the mix, like do something different or something what you don't usually do. This is a lot of gifts coming towards you. The Nine of Baskets, which is the Nine of Cups. So cash, jewels is meaning financial security and wealth. Books meaning knowledge. The gator head is protection. The rabbit's foot is good luck. The old-fashioned biscuits is like for nourishment and familiarity. The biscuits right here. And a bottle of wine is intoxicants. The sunflowers is warmth and good times, and the passport is traveling. So you get a lot of gifts, a lot of traveling. You're gonna learn. It's gonna be a lot of knowledge, a lot of positive things. All your dreams are gonna be fulfilled. You're gonna appreciate art a little more. You're gonna be receiving lots of rewards. As I said, you're gonna hit the jackpot like the lottery or something. You may want to play it. You're gonna be pampering yourself, uh, trying the finer things, or basically treating yourself to the finer things, because you're gonna have financial security and a lot of prosperity, to where you're gonna be like, okay, I have this, I have attained this much wealth. Now I'm grateful for it. So let me start, treating myself, or giving myself what I well deserved. And the five of sticks, which is the five of wands. The teenager looks across as four of her peers talk maliciously behind her back. She will cross, meaning jinx them later. So be careful of friends. They're talking about you, and that they are, because you're assertive. You're like um, you're like competitive in a healthy way. So you know they see you winning. You're gonna have an argument with them, maybe, that's gonna reveal your truth, or you're gonna have an argument with somebody that's gonna reveal the truth. You're gonna have finding a common ground with everything, and it's gonna be like breaking the ice, relieving a lot of tension. And your next card is the free man, which is the fool. He's walking away from a tomb of Joshua John Ward of Georgetown County, South Carolina. Ward was the largest American slaveholder, dubbed the king of the rice planters. The man is carrying a mason jar filled with dirt. Who is this young man? Did he know Ward personally? Why did he risk being prosecuted for trespassing or witchcraft? Does he have a purpose to all, or is this man just plain crazy? Basically, it's saying freedom is a state of mind, a state of being, or is it both? The free man doesn't think about it in any more than fish contemplates water. The free man isn't deep, because depth, by definition, prohibits unrestricted movement upon the surfaces. So, by you getting the free man, basically, this card is zero, because zero is not a natural number. Since most people normally don't start counting with zero, likewise, the free man doesn't count in situations that determine subservience to conventional wisdom or the status quo. The free man is on a whole other level, because he genuinely feels that common sense is for common people. He doesn't think he's better than anyone. He has just accepted that new grass doesn't grow in lu- luciously luciously on a beaten path. The free man is definitely foolish to most people who have encountered him, because he appears to be reckless and immature. But such assessments are only relevant when gain or loss is the focus. The free man doesn't exist in the space where those thoughts flourish. He is more interested in the attainment of wisdom by following his passion and what he knows to be true, wherever that may ultimately lead. The free man has what every great worker has always had: the courage to follow their calling, despite their possible dire consequences, and the unshakable faith that courage possible. So basically, it's telling you too what's the worst thing that could happen in whatever decision that you're trying to make. Just basically saying do what you choose to do. If you're more free spirited than others, make your moves on your time and how you want to. Don't let others contradict what you're saying, or don't be consumed with like the average thought process or just the old fashioned way of a lifestyle. And the Eight of Baskets, which is the Eight of Cups. So this a man is seen walking away from his house. He is obviously an unwelcome visitor, as someone has placed hot foot powder on the porch to keep him away. There are many different recipes of hot foot powder, but the most common ones usually include pepper, salt, and sulfur. He's this means that you're becoming independent. You're moving on from these people who may talk about you, or those things that, or those thoughts and concepts that may be keeping you behind, or falling back. You're trying to find yourself. You're going to take a retreat. You're going to relocate to a different, maybe a different state, or just a different area away from it, just to get a different atmosphere from the average person who you've been around, because you've basically outgrown them. So by you outgrowing them, you seek the truth, so you don't want to be around them. So you want to surround yourself with different people, a different atmosphere, and just find new friends or new beginnings and start new connections with new people that you could probably trust a little more. This is Oracle cards. The core card is how you feel inside about the situation that's going on. Projection cards are basically how you're projecting it outside of yourself, or how people see you reacting to the situation. And the cool card is basically the calm and mellow reaction card that you have for the situation. And the hot cards is basically like your excitement, your anger, any reaction that like boils your blood or makes your heart pump. So what you feel in the core right now is opposition. So opposition is I'm giving you a it has a lion. The lion represents pride, and the spears represents the external threat. All cats are territorial, but the lion will go to any lengths to protect the space where the threat of is real or only imagined. So if a person, place, or thing or ideal is rubbing you the wrong way, I strongly advise you to dig deeper to try to discover what the antagonistic feelings are about. This is especially true if nothing has been done directly to you. What does that person, place, or thing really represent in your mind? Why does how a person looks, perceives the world, communicates, or behaves irrate you so much, if what they do has absolutely no effect whatsoever on your life? The sooner you realize that your antagonistic feelings have nothing to do with them, but everything to do with you, the sooner you will either change your mind or have no reaction to it at all. If opposition if the opposition you're experiencing is with someone who has done something directly to you and you can't forgive them, then ask yourself, why are you still in their life? So the questions could be asking you is like, let's see here. Like, make sure uh, you really know if these people are being negative towards you or talking about you, um, or just don't really put too much focus on them. Put yourself in a place to where, okay, you've already figured out that they're talking about you. You feel it. You know, like, let me see you. I'm trying to get like a good word to connect for you so you can get a greater meaning of it. Like, sometimes you could basically be thinking too much to where a person is not really feeling that way towards you, but in this situation they are, because the cards has already said that there's someone that's like whispering about you. It may be, just make sure you do your full investigation on the situation before you go to reacting with them, but you get it. And the projection is mirror. So basically, you're beginning to mirror them, and maybe that's what's gonna give you the clarity that, okay, yeah, if I've come to a place to where I'm beginning to talk about them, that means that they're talking about me. You have to make it to where it reflects back to yourself, because that's what you're doing. You're mirroring it back to yourself. Mirror is always like, um, basically looking at yourself, projecting back to yourself, and it's like your self knowledge of physical and spiritual reflection, and highly unlikely that you have a clear awareness of how your words and your actions are created in circumstances you are now experiencing, for better or for worse. If you continue along the course, you may end up placing the blame on someone or something else, or not giving yourself the credit that may be due if you have been in some way rewarded. In either case, you may miss a golden opportunity to learn what works or what doesn't work for you. If you have already discovered the origin of the matter within your work deeds, then this card is letting you know that there is a critical point that you've missed. Review the core issues again. So basically, review your opposition. So let me kind of go back for you to kind of see if I could give an extra input or read a little deeper in that. I think I might have picked. Okay, there it is. So basically, the opposition is to forgive them for talking about you and move forward, because you can't keep holding on. Okay, so they talked about you. Yeah, they were your friends. You were close to them. Yeah, you have a bond with them. So, you know, basically, you did the same to them because they're mirroring you. So it's just either you're going to sit down and hold a conversation with them, or you're going to move away from them. And this is still gonna, even if you move away from them, there's still gonna have to be there's still gonna have to be a conversation. And look, the next card is detachment. So basically, that's the answer. You gotta detach from them. Maybe you're trying to hold on to them because of the bond that you have with them, but no, you gotta detach. So on here, the broken rose symbolizes dispassionate thinking, detaching head from heart. So stop obsessing and completely letting go of any emotional attachments related to the matter in question. So you just have to let it go. Sometimes we do this whole, even relationships, we tend to like hold on and to things because we feel we love them, but when you are attached to someone, it's not love. It's like the ideal of it, or just having someone in there, or maybe it reflects back to your childhood. And when things reflect back to your childhood, it's like some sort of healing that you need to be done, that you haven't admit to yourself or to anyone. Like when you begin to speak on those things that you were affected on as a child, it begins to heal you. So this is your hot card is gradually progress. So within this situation, you're gonna gradually progress from it. It's gonna be like hard, or working, like they say, work in progress, or just steps that you have to take. But if you don't want that type of energy around you, you know, what could you do? You also have to be aware of, yeah, because this is what it is. Maybe what you're partaking in, maybe you show interest in work. You partake in this stuff, going to graveyards, you're looking up and you're researching and you're learning more about it, and maybe you've discussed that with them alongside of you receiving all these gifts and using all these different things of nature to do these spell works and root works. So and they see you making money from it, and it's bringing abundance to you. So they could be unwelcoming to you because this man couldn't get in his house or a house. He was a unwanted visitor, and when someone does that or puts something at the seal of their door, you can't come. You won't be able to walk up the steps. It's gonna they're gonna be changing their mind to come visit you. Maybe you're doing that to them to protect you. You know, you just don't trust them anymore since they've seen you're living in your truth, and you're doing work, and living your life how you want to comfortably. So they're or you're basically protecting yourself. The larynx is the voice box. It represents unseen processes. The beginning of everything we see started with words. First, an internal conversation took place. Then an external manifestation of that thought process followed. Though we don't realize it, speech is probably the most complex of human actions. We must use the air that expelled from the lungs by pressure exerted from the ribs, diaphragm, and abdomen. Then that air has to be moved up through the windpipes to the larynx, where the vocal cords vibrate to produce the voice. The throat, mouth, and nose must modify the sound while the lips, teeth, tongue, and palates work together to produce words. Saying good morning seems like it's just happened naturally, but it was actually a gradual, unseen process. We speak the world into existence. So basically, this is saying the things one step at a time, and you're surely basically saying take one step at a time, and you'll surely get there. Speed would exchange lasting value and peace for temporary gratification and suffering. So just slowly go through the process of removing yourself from them, or just like detach. Basically, you're gonna detach from them and just gradually move forward in your life, because you're gonna need to be around like-minded people on a spiritual journey, because if you keep being around people like this, they're gonna continue to whisper and shoo towards others, and like they're gonna keep getting information from you of whatever you're doing and all the things you're partaking in, and then they're gonna start sharing it with other people. And like with spirituality and the things that you're partaking in with spirituality is not to be shared all the time. You can share bits and pieces of things, but everybody is not ready to sit there and just see all the truth that started way before religion. But that's a different story. Here's some messages for Aries. Answer any questions that Aries have. Where would you like Aries to project their energy? What should they be working on right now? What should they remove from their life, which they already know, but just give them clarification on removing those people from their life? We'll do one more. One more message for Aries. There they go. They pass in judgment. That's exactly what they're doing. That's the last card, judgment. And basically, like, you're reversing it back on yourself because it doesn't actually have to be them judging you, which they are. Their judgment towards you is causing you to pass judgment on yourself. And you don't need that. You need to be self-aware of yourself and what you want and the things that you're okay with being comfortable with, and you can't care about what no one else thinks. So the Two of Wands is you're a commanding presence looking down at the world below. The phone in your hand holds questions while you wonder what to do and where to go next. You've had success lately, but you are a bit uncertain about your next steps. It is time to rest, yet though don't get distracted and stay fixed on your goals. So you may be when you relocate, which it did say relocating to another home. So when you relocate to another area, you're gonna find a place of peace. It's gonna be, you could be going on a vacation first, or maybe this is where you're choosing to go. You when you choose to move, you want to go to a place that is serene because you want to be comfortable and quiet and in nature. So the next one is the Three of Wands. Standing solidly on earth, you've got your wands for support and you're contemplating your plans. You're working hard and getting ready for the future. It's working. You've got a solid strategy, so all you have to do is put it to action. So basically, the move that you make is gonna provide a lot of clarity for the things that you've been wanting to do for a while. Maybe you want to focus more on your root work. Maybe you want to become a root worker. You want to put more into researching and reading on it because you've begun to have a passion for it. You may want to do work for others, which could be beneficial to you, and it could be a part of your wealth and stability. Because in the midst of you learning, you're helping people get through different situations. And you have the Seven of Cups, and it's full with a lot of gifts. You see money. So this will provide and bring money. So Seven of Cups is love, spiritual wisdom, money, success, power. It seems like all the treasures are just out there waiting for you to grab. You're dreaming so big that you're in the clouds and totally out of touch with reality. It's time to step back down to earth and do the hard work required to be mentally healthy. Only then can those big dreams become attainable. Yeah, they've put you in a place to where you became mentally unstable because you're so busy focusing on how they feel about you, because we have a tendency when we love somebody or have a connection with somebody that we want them to be proud of us or want them to accept us, but they really dampened you down, and you had to dumb down yourself to hold conversations, and you couldn't be who you really wanted to be. And yeah, that's not happy at all, to have to sit up there and dumb yourself down for somebody knowing that you're intelligent just because of you're choosing to take a different path of connecting with God. It doesn't have anything to do with how they feel. They're going by what society has really tried to down our culture and traditions by making it out of something evil when it really isn't. And as I said, the judgment is basically it's not about judging others, it's about judging yourself. So it's like there are times to be kind to yourself, and there are times for to give yourself tough love. Now is one of those times. There's an important change needed for you to reach new heights. Be you're prepared. I mean, but you're prepared. Your your past self is behind you, and your future calls. Examine yourself and your choices honestly. Is this the best for you? So you're contemplating on everything because you still have an opportunity to go back to where you came from. But once you've gotten everything and focused on self-care and released the thoughts of worrying about how people perceive you and the judgment on yourself, you're going to make the choices. I want to see if you're going to stay on this retreat or in this city or state. Messages for Aries. So I got flow. I'm going to use flow because it took that was the first one I seen. So basically, flow means going with the flow, being open, at ease to real, free spirit. Music is always healing. So basically, you're going to be either making music or partaking in music, going dancing, which would just kind of give you like a relief of to clear your head about what everything that's going on. I'm still going to get 2 more messages for Aries. Give me 2 more messages for Aries. Signs, like spirit is going to send you all the signs. Your spirit angels are giving you signs to like pay attention. What's going on? I'll give you the full details of that part. And it's keep going. I think that's like, so maybe I put the going so fast. So by saying keep going, maybe it's keep telling you to continue your journey. Maybe where you are now or wherever this is that situation is taking you to here, you're gonna just travel. You have the money and the wealth coming in for that. So basically, you're gonna travel everywhere to find out everything is needed for the culture and work and just your culture, your ancestors. You're gonna just begin to research them and try to know more about them to get a higher understanding of this, because you don't want to go into it without fully knowing everything. Basically, flow is like natural balance, uh, like the movement of the ocean. Maybe it's telling you to go by water, because when you go to water, you can give them the negative emotions and they'll give you a gift of positive emotions, or just positive results from giving that gift back to it. Staying focused, staying on your path, not allowing anything or anyone to stop you from doing what you want to do. And like the signs is basically pay attention to your intuition, synchronicities, signs, your dreams. Your spirit angels are helping you along the way. They've been trying to get your attention, like to direct you in the right direction. So if you're receiving dreams or receiving premonitions and messages, write it down so you can keep track of it, and so you can know what the next move that spirit wants you to make. And by them saying keep going, wherever you're at right now in a standstill, you're not there where they want you to be. So there are many times when you feel like you've had enough, done enough, and been through enough. These feelings of frustration are just reminders that We are not yet where we want to be, but we are on our way. So take a moment to count the small milestones that you have been contributing to the bigger picture. Sometimes we can be focused on where we are not, and we forget just how far we've come. Right now it is important that you continue to move forward no matter how small the steps may seem. You are on the right track and success will be inevitable. But if you allow yourself to dwell on the negative thoughts of or put your energy into things that you cannot control, then you are more likely to buy into the illusion of being stuck, and that it will be harder for you to move forward and keep going. So basically, those people could have been trying to keep you, or maybe you've on your path of studying root work and your spirituality, you have told them that you want to move, you want to travel and go around to do more research and find your ancestors and so forth, and they have been telling you, nah, that don't do that, that's not real, that's made up, blah blah blah, you know, basically downing your heritage and your culture, not even trying to like get like any type of like clarification for it, or doing their own type of studying, or just want to base it on the judgment of how the world perceives the whole culture in a whole. So basically, stay focused on yourself, go with the flow, keep going, just move at a nice steady pace, get you some music on your road trip, make you some tunes. You know how you when you go when you take your road trip, you're gonna make this big old long playlist of music. That's what you need to do. Start making your playlist now, because that's what you're gonna do. It want Spirit wants you to travel, so not just staying in one spot. You're gonna just ride with the water. So the water will lead you to every state that is meant for you to go. In every state, it will have a lesson or knowledge. Some part of your culture will be there for to teach you the unknown things that you're unaware of or not knowing. I wanted to pull. Let me see here. Put you some. I'm gonna pull three messages from here. These cards is what should you be aware of? What should Aries be aware of? What can Aries grow from? Where should Aries put their energy? What should Aries be aware of? What should, I didn't see what card it was. I didn't know. I couldn't pay attention. What should they be aware of? What should they grow from? What should Aries grow from? Where should Aries put their energy? Need two more cards, two more messages for Aries. Need two more messages for Aries. Just two. You could do three, one for clarification, but I just need two messages from. I should have put it this way so I wouldn't see it. It would be better. I get a better energy of that. So let me take this one. It could be that one. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. You have balanced forces, solar plexus, radiant illumination, new blueprints, and she is the lotus. So the Lemurian people are said to have perfect balance and would become masculine or feminine energy. This card invites you to look at your masculine and feminine energy from a more balanced perspective. So basically, you're needing to balance off that feminine and masculine energy. Concentrate on your goals. Just like balance everything out. So just focus on what you like, balance and align yourself. Take in some yoga or some sort. This one is your solar plexus, so maybe it's you need to work on that chakra. After you work on that chakra, you'll be radiant and illuminized. So the solar plexus holds a vibrant spark that brings your passions to life. So once you work on that, everything that you have a passion for and that you're working on will come to light. New blueprints is just creating something new, being powerful. You have more of a voice. You have more than a voice than you realize. So people are going to begin to listen to you. They're going to take advice from you on this journey of your spirituality. You're part of a bigger picture and a greater story. So even though you think that, oh, I'm not that important or no one pays attention to you, you really do have an asset, or sure, you really are an asset to people. She's a lotus. A lotus is a flower that blossoms basically at the right time. If there is a way to fast track growth, it is by being real with your shadowy or unloved parts of yourself. Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity can be a trigger that does us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stages of restoring ourselves to wholeness and self love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear and bring them into the daylight under a loving and compassionate light. They will resolve and re-assimilate, reminding us that on the flip side of the coin, there are our superpowers. So basically, you're gonna on this journey, you're gonna be focusing on more self love because you're gonna begin to love yourself more, because you're going to be more acceptance. You're not going to have to dumb yourself down or just, you know, put yourself in a place of people not understanding you. So basically, I want to see, I'm going to pull one more from this oracle deck just to see what soulmate you're going to manifest, or if, what messages they could give you from these cards as far as a soulmate, or just any questions and ask for this particular reading, if it's going to come to give you some clarity. Messages for Aries. Give Aries the clarity that they need for the path that they're taking, which they have. Just give them the final answers, the final wrap up. I'm going to get one more. Pull it my will. All right. So I have found the one that my soul loves. So on this journey, you'll find someone that you love or that you may grow to love. In the end, you tried and you cared, and sometimes that's enough. So in the end of your friendship, you know that you tried, you did what you had to do, but it was time for you to let it go. There's nothing you could do. You meet different people. That's why it's sending you on this journey to go to different states and different places, because on this journey you're going to find the right people that is meant to be in your life. Stop criticizing yourself. You are perfect just the way you are. There you go. Because you were beginning to do that. After you've hearing this person, these people that you call your friends talking about you consistently, you're sort of, feeling down and just not who you really are, like vibrating in your lower self. Harmony is pure love, for love is complete agreement. So If this message resonated with you, if you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell, and you'll be notified when I post other readings for your sign. And I also offer personal readings. You can email me or you can put questions in the comment box, and I'll respond to you from there. Have a good night.